So when did you start doing your own original stuff? Was it?
So it was shortly after my stuff at Marvel. I was like, I want to do the whole thing. I want to start writing. And my friend Dave Klistic and I, we met at Valiant.
Okay.
And we kind of were working up this story for, I forget, I think it was a Bloodshot story. We would collaborate, on stories and pitch them to the various editors and whatnot. And there's one idea that we had, it was for this kind of cyborg Frankenstein kind of character. And I was like, this is too good for Valiant. We need to do something with this.
Okay.
So over the year, I don't remember the actual time frame, but I had gone on to Marvel. I'd left Valiant, was working at Marvel and DC. I gotta say, I was doing both places at the same time. He and I would develop what became Megahurtz, and pitched that at Image, and they bought it. So, so Megahurtz, Megahurtz was my first creator-owned published comic, and that was 25 years ago. Awesome. So one of the tiers in my Kickstarter is the 25th anniversary edition of Megahurtz #1.
Nice.
So we did some compromising at the time. We didn't have a lot of cash, so we went with black and white publication, and we did some. I did some compromising at the time that I don't want to do now. So the book has been colored. I colored the book, and it's going to have like a cool, like metallic foil cover and stuff to kind of celebrate the 25th anniversary.
How long did Megahurtz run? Was it a mini series or?
Yeah, it was well, I wanted it to go longer, but the sales didn't dictate. So I call it a mini series, even though it kind of stops. Gotcha. It doesn't really close. The story doesn't really close up, but it went 3 issues, and then let's see, and then I think Image had told us, like, if you want to keep publishing, you can, but you're going to have to pay for the printing because the sales had dropped. It's that story that I'm still trying to solve to this day. A retailer will order X number of issue 1, and they'll order 1/2 X of issue 2. Keith, we've talked about this in the past. And then they'll order 1/2 of 2 for issue 3, if you're lucky. And then issue 4, if there's still an issue 4, or if you've caught fire, then things will start to improve. And that goes quite a ways back. I mean, that's why,
like it levels off somewhere, but you can't grow the readership because they don't buy those issues.
Right.
So they don't match how many #1s they get.
But that's
so if they sell all those #1s, those people, if they come back for #2, you don't have them. They're
not there.
You can't grow the readership.
And that's where we've always said that Kickstarter came and
that's where we're finding different,
right?
That's where we're seeing differences with crowdfunders versus traditional publishing, is because I'm seeing campaigns that start off at a certain number, and then the next campaign gets larger because you get the new issue, but you also include the previous #1. So if it's a new reader, they can kind of get the catch up tier,
right?
And like you're building that readership, and that's the way it should be. Like
self-publishers have the option to keep their issues in print. Whereas the mainstream, I'm talking about mainstream comic book industry, there's a much larger comic book industry, graphic novels and manga and, that kind of stuff. But I'm talking about mainstream Marvel, DC, periodical comics. They don't do that.
No, they don't.
You wait for the trade if you want a full story. The trade goes out of print, you're out of luck. That's just how the industry works. So, self-publishers have the option.
It's backwards, yeah.
Mm-hmm.